What is up, you guys? My name is Breyonna, and today we are going to be testing out the brand new Melt Cosmetics She's in Parties palette, which, oh my gosh, like the color story of this palette and the overall vibe, I'm just so excited about. I don't know about you guys, but when I saw this palette, I was like, oh my gosh, like these are my types of colors. And it's just like literally a plum fantasy with these beautiful like grayish undertones to it. I just can't get over how beautiful this palette is. Like these are my types of neutrals. But before we jump into the review, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a like. And if you'd like to check me out over on my Instagram page, it is at Breyonna Fave. So as always, the first thing that we are going to be doing is priming our eyelids, and I'm just going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. Some of you guys might find me weird for this, but the packaging kind of reminds me of like vintage hotels and like vintage restaurants and bars. Like it has that certain kind of look to it. Like if you've been to one, you probably know what I'm talking about. Like when you walk into them, they have like that dark kind of like wood look to them. And then they have like the low lighting, and all the floors have like that intricate detailing, and sometimes they even have it on the ceiling with that like tin kind of look to it. And I have no idea how it reminded me of that. Maybe it's like the coloring of the packaging or like the filigree, but again, like it has like that certain kind of look to it. I don't know how else to explain it. So once we open up the palette, you can see that there's an amazing mirror in here. I love Melt Cosmetics mirrors, like they're just so good. And the color story is very like lavender, kind of like plummy vibes. I'm literally having the hardest time figuring out which shade I want to go in with first because they're just all so pretty in the pan. But I'm thinking, you know what, let's go in with this one. It's kind of like a lavender shade, and it is called Total Immortal. I have no idea why I said that. It's so weird because I know it's immortal. I don't know why I said immortal. Like, I don't know why I did that. But I'm just going to be popping this shade right in my crease, kind of as a transition shade. And I'm using this BH Cosmetics No. 7 brush out of the Marble Luxe set. And then once I have that color placed, I'm just going to do these little circular motions to blend that upwards towards my brow. And I'm also slightly rounding out my outer V. I gotta say, like, the shade is applying a little bit darker than I expected, but oh my gosh, like, it is such a beautiful surprise because I just love the color. And I'm just gonna start slightly building it up. But it's like this grayish, kind of like lilac-y shade. It's an absolutely stunning color. Now, trust me when I say this, like, this shade is super pigmented, so a little goes a long way with it. But man, like, that's just such a gorgeous shadow. And you can see it just looks super even on the eyes. Just is blending out gorgeous. So once you have that applied, the next shade that we are going to be going in with is this kind of like mid-tone mauve shade, and it is called Last Caress. Oh, I barely dipped my brush into the pan, and like look how much is on my brush. But I'm just going to be taking it on this pinch blending brush from the BH Cosmetics Marble Luxe set. And I'm first going to be applying this right into my crease. I'm also slightly rounding out my outer V. And then once I have that applied, I'm just going to start doing these little circular motions to blend that upwards into that lavender shade. So I'm just going to start building up this color in my crease because I do want it extra defined since we are going to be doing a smoky eye today. But seriously, like these are my type of neutrals. Like, oh, like I'm living for these colors. Like they're just so gorgeous. I will say I am kind of surprised that they launched this palette in the midst of summer because this one definitely gives me fall vibes. But I am not mad about it because I can see myself drenching my eyes in these colors every single day. Now this next color that we are going to be using is the one that I'm the most curious about, and that is this beautiful like deep and plummy shade, and it is called Mean Streak. I don't know why, but I kept on thinking that shade was called Mean Steak for some reason. I don't know why, because I haven't had steak in like 7 years. Like it's been a hot minute. But I'm just going to take it in my crease using this Morphe M507 little blending brush. Literally, it is so good for crease work. And again, I'm just deepening up that crease as well as rounding out my outer V. And I'm just going to start slightly building it up as well because I do want it really defined in my crease. And then once you have that color applied, I'm just doing these little circular motions to blend that upwards into everything else. But oh my, like that color though, she is amazing. I love the pigmentation of it. Like it's this beautiful deep and plum shade. And it's blending out really nice too, because sometimes deeper shades, it can give you really bad harsh lines and can be kind of tricky to work with. But this one so far is amazing. Now normally I would go in and cut my crease, but honestly I kind of want to do something a little bit on the softer side today. So instead I'm going to be going in with the deepest shimmer in the palette, and it is called Lost Control. And using this Sigma E55 flat shader brush, I'm going to be packing it on my lid in the outer half. And I'm also going to be slightly bringing it up into my crease because my eyes are slightly hooded and I find that this kind of opens them up a little bit more. Okay, but like this shade is so cool looking. It kind of looks like the shade that we just used, that matte plummy shade, but it has sparkle in it. I'm just going to slightly layer it up as well because I want to make sure that it is extra sparkly. And when I'm doing this, I'm making sure that I'm really pressing it into that lid. I will say compared to a lot of my other melt palettes, like this shade in particular isn't like super metallic. I'm going to try it with my finger though and see if it makes a difference. And again, I'm just making sure that I'm really pressing it in. Oh yeah, so if you apply it with your finger, it definitely looks a lot more metallic. So once you have that applied, the next shimmer that we are going to be going in with is this like grayish purpley one called Strange Love. I've noticed the names of the shades in this palette are very like sensual and kind of a little bit, you know what I mean? You know, like a little bit on the romantic side. But I'm just gonna take it on this little shader brush from Real Techniques and I'm just going to be applying it to the center half of my lid. And oh my gosh, like that is a metallic. I really wish that that other shimmer that we just used applied like this one does, because man, like that is beautiful. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like this grayish color with like a purple reflect to it. It's really unique. I don't think I have anything like this in my collection. And again, when I'm applying it, I'm slightly bringing it up a little bit above my natural crease just to help open up my eye. And I'm also slightly overlapping it with that shimmer shade that we just used. So I want to finesse the edges of this shimmer just to make sure it's blending really nice into our crease. So I'm just going to go in with that Morphe M507 brush that we used earlier. And with whatever is left on that brush, I'm just going to be kissing the edge of that shimmer. I don't know what it is about this eye look, but I just love how it's turning out so far. I think it's so pretty and I just love the colors of it. And I'm just going to keep it real. I feel really pretty with it on. Like normally I'm not the type of person to comment like that, but there's just something about it. Like it's just like, oh, I just love it. But off camera though, I'm just going to quickly clean things up a little bit because those shimmer shades, they gave me a lot of fallout. Like if you use the shimmers in this palette, you definitely want to do your eyes before your face. Like trust me on that because they definitely trickle downwards. But after cleaning it up, I am going to be applying my complexion products. I'm going to apply some liner and some lashes, and then I'll be right back to finish up the look. So now we're going to start working on the lower lash line just so things aren't so top heavy and just to tie everything together. But the shade that I'm going to go in with is this kind of like mid-tone mauve shade that we used earlier called Last Caress. And then using this Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush, I'm just going to be smoking this right underneath the lower lash line. And I am going to work in light layers just because I don't want any fallout because trust me, if you get fallout, it can be so hard to correct, especially after you have your foundation on. So once you have that lower lash line all nice and smoky, now we're going to be doing my absolute favorite part, which is the inner corner highlight. And I'm not too sure how this shade's going to work with this look since it's so cool tone, and this one right here is kind of a little bit more on the yellowy side. But this shade is called Skeleton Kiss. Worst case scenario, we'll just go in with the highlight that I used on my face. But I'm just going to take Skeleton Kiss on this little Moda Brushes pencil brush. And I'm going to be packing it right in my inner tear duct area. Oh, I just can't get over like how ugly that looks right now. Like, how am I going to fix this? I guess let's take this brush and see what happens. I'm trying to like dust it away. Oh my gosh, I made it worse. How did I even manage to do this? I tried fixing it and this is as good as it's gonna get, but I'm gonna take a smaller pencil brush this time. And this one is from Kaleidos. It is an S5. And I'm just gonna do another layer of the inner corner because I was trying to like finesse everything and I think we lost the inner corner highlight. I'm also gonna slightly bring it underneath the eye as well just to open it up. As an inner corner highlight, like Skeleton Kiss is really cute and I do like the vibe of it and I like the color of it. It's just for me personally, I prefer that inner corner highlight to be like extra blinding and extra bright. I feel like if you had like a medium to deep skin tone though, it would look honestly perfect. It's just since I'm so fair, it kind of like washes out my inner corner. And again, like as an inner corner highlight, like it's really cute. I do like the color of it. I just want my inner corner like extra bright and poppin'. So I'm actually going to be going in with my highlighter today. This is ColourPop's Horse and Carriage. I love this highlight so much, by far my all-time favorite. And I'm just going to take that same brush and I'm just going to be popping that right in that little pointed area of our inner corner. Just focusing it right here just to bring a little bit more brightness back to the look. I don't know, I'm one of those people, I feel like an inner corner highlight can either really make or break a look. Because you see what I mean though? It brings so much attention to the eyes. Like if you've never tried out a blinding inner corner highlight, like girl, you are missing out. Like it is such a fun look and technique. But yeah, so here's the finished look using the Melt Cosmetics She's in Parties palette, and I gotta say, I just feel so pretty right now. I don't know what it is about this look, but it just makes me want to look in the mirror and like put on fancy clothes and go do something. Like, I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the colors, maybe it's like the shimmer and like the soft glam kind of moment that we have on the lid, but just like, I don't know, like it's just completely a vibe for me and I'm obsessed with it. So let's go over the formula of the palette, and I do want to cover the mattes first, and the mattes in here are just absolutely gorgeous, super pigmented and very easy to work with. I literally had no problems blending out any of the shades, and all of them, they just have like this beautiful richness to them. And even these two darker ones that we used in the crease, you know, Last Caress and Mean Streak, you know, even these ones, they just have like a beautiful blendability to them, and they just look really gorgeous on the eyes. So let's talk about the shimmers in the palette, and oh my gosh, like I love how they look, and they do remind me of all of my other shimmers from Melt Cosmetics. I will say though, this darker one called Lost Control, the one that we used in this outer third, it isn't like a wet metallic shimmer, but it still has a really gorgeous shine to it. I'm kind of on the fence if I would even want Lost Control to be like a super wet metallic, just because I love how it looks in this outer third, especially next to that Mean Streak shade. Like they just blend really seamlessly together. So when it comes down to it, would I recommend the Melt Cosmetics She's in Parties palette? And honestly, I cannot recommend this one enough. If you're okay with the $48 price tag and you love the color story of it, I think you're going to be honestly really happy with it, because the shadow formula is amazing. Like the mattes in here, super pigmented, very creamy. They apply really well and also blend themselves out. Even the darker ones, like I was so impressed with those ones. And the shimmers in here are honestly stunning on the eyes. I mean, like look at how they look. Even though I absolutely love this palette and I love the formula of it, I will say the color story of this one isn't necessarily revolutionary. Like you can find plummy, kind of like mauve palettes, you know, from a lot of brands. But if you like Melt Cosmetics, or if you're looking for a really great quality eyeshadow palette with those colors, you're going to be honestly really happy with this one. But yeah, so in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this grungy fantasy look that we did today, and also let me know if you're going to be picking up the palette or not. But as always though, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a like. And if you'd like to check me out over on my Instagram page, it is @Breyonna Fave. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!